that finding joy in the current circumstances can be difficult, can be a challenge. When we look at those quotes, maybe if we spend some time thinking about it, though, we might recognize that we have to define joy differently. We do need to look for the little things, the things to be thankful for, because gratitude and joy are connected. We need to think about others that are suffering and recognize that God is with us and be thankful for the little things. But of course, just being glad we aren't suffering in the same way as another, that's not really joy, is it? Now, at the end of this thought for the day, I'll put some Bible verses about joy on. And we recognise that joy and happiness are not necessarily the same things. And one can be fluffier than the other, but when we think about joy, it comes from inside. It comes from knowledge. It comes from security. It comes from deep-rooted understanding of who we are, who God is, our place in the world. And actually, we recognise that for many people in really tough situations, in persecuted situations like persecuted Christians, the persecuted church, they have joy because no matter what is happening to them, no matter what is surrounding them, their joy is in knowing that nothing can take away the love of Christ. Now that's something that maybe in the West we find hard to understand. And it's not necessarily a comfort if you're in a flat or in an inner city place with 2, 3, 4 children trying to homeschool, trying to work at home. If you've lost someone, if you're anxious, if you're worried about your job, if you're worried about the future. Comparing yourself to a persecuted Christian or someone who's suffering even more than you are might just pour guilt onto what is already a difficult time. But that's when some of these quotes come into play. To find moments, to find little things, to find those deep breath moments that enable you to connect with God, or with something beautiful, or with something to be thankful for in a way that says, in this moment, I can find joy. And it's not about happiness that is often equated with circumstances or things or laughter. It's about something much deeper within, because that's where joy is rooted deep inside. But it doesn't hurt to smile, does it? Here's a couple of things that maybe make you smile. However you understand joy and however hard you're willing to look for it or willing to fight for it, and sometimes we have to fight for it, I want this thought for the day to be like yesterday, about giving you something to aim for. So I challenge you to do a couple of things. One is find some time to do something you enjoy. Enjoyment, joy, happiness, they're linked in some ways. Find something that you really enjoy doing. Somebody you really enjoy talking to. Because that sense of contentment can bring about moments of joy. Enjoy it. Don't feel guilty about it. Then, as I've said already, find something that you are thankful for. Maybe make a list of 2 or 3 things and just give thanks to God for the really simple things. That the sun is shining, that spring is coming and we can get back out into the gardens again. Anything. In a moment. Even a Netflix video that really you enjoyed watching and you're glad for time to spend without guilt. So something you enjoy doing and something you're grateful for. And then take a moment to give thanks to God. Because as we'll see in the Bible verses, God's word says, the joy of the Lord is our strength. That sounds terribly spiritual, but it's true. One of the reasons that the Bible speaks about joy and strength is because we need to have joy in who we are, joy in the knowledge of our salvation, joy in the love of God that blesses us no matter our circumstances. Because if we can find that joy deep down in our hearts, do you remember that chorus? I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. If we've got that deep-rooted joy, then actually we can hold on to it in the tough times. We can, with a pause and a deep breath, we can remember that we are loved, we are valued, we are saved, we have eternity to look forward to, and it can bring that sense of peace, contentment, and that gives us strength when the kids are screaming, when the washing up needs doing, when you haven't bothered to do any laundry because nobody's going to see you, when the dust has got to be an inch thick because who's going to see it? Oh, is that just me I'm talking to? Well, so today, do something you enjoy. Find something to be thankful for. Give thanks to God. And remember, smile. It's good for you. Jumping up and down joy, exploding with laughter joy, bursting at the seams anticipation joy, bubbling, overflowing, irrepressible joy, or deep and satisfying, contented joy, energy within to live on joy, foundation to feed the heart joy, strengthening, challenging, invisible joy. Either way, joy brings light to the eyes. See you tomorrow. Bye.